Let us take a closer look at the 5 stages of readiness to quit. It is important to understand where a patient is in the process of either thinking about quitting or taking action to quit. You need to understand how to respond to each stage of the patient. Not all patients are at the same level of readiness to quit. A good doctor will tailor his communication according to the level of readiness of the patient. By matching the type of assistance offered by the doctor to the readiness of quitting of the patient, the doctor increases the chances of the patient listening to them and going towards action in quitting from tobacco use. If not now, at least in future. Here are the stages of readiness to quit. Before describing this, it is important to note 2 things. Firstly, patients do not follow a linear pathway, that is, a stage-by-stage progression towards quit. Where a patient is in terms of readiness at any point of time depends on their life circumstances, their feelings, and their cognitive understanding about the risks. Secondly, it is important not to push a patient so as to alienate or distance them. When a patient is not ready to quit, it is the role of the doctor to give information and to ask questions to the patient so as to encourage them to reflect upon what is causing their health problem and how their ill health is affecting not only them but also their family members. Guided reflection is a means of creating a change in the thinking of the patients about quitting, motivating them to take the next steps to quit. The doctor needs to assess a patient's readiness to quit each time you meet and do a brief intervention. Here are the stages of readiness to quit. Pre-contemplation, that is, not yet ready or not willing to talk about quitting. Contemplation, thinking about quitting. Preparing, getting ready to quit. Taking action to quit. Recovery from relapse and a past quit experience. Pre-contemplation, not yet ready to quit or not willing to talk about quitting. This stage is usually characterized by a patient who does not want to talk about smoking. The patient is sometimes defensive or even questions the doctor as to why he should even be talking about smoking when he has come in with a medical problem which he does not see related to smoking. Some people just do not think about quitting because smoking is such a part of their life or an activity which gives them immense pleasure or a means of relieving stress. The goal with this type of patient is to both motivate the patient to at least listen to information about smoking which is relevant to their health problem and also to let them know that it is as a part of your duty as a doctor that you are giving them this information. It is important to acknowledge that the decision to smoke or to quit smoking is the patient's own decision. Your objective here is to open the door to thinking about quitting. If not now, at least in future. Try and get the patient to consider your advice and ask them if you can discuss about their health concern later on when they are ready to talk about it. Please do not argue with the patient at this stage or preach to them about the general harm of tobacco. For cases that are very resistant, try and at least get the smoker not to smoke in their house around women and children by informing them about the second-hand smoke risk to the family members. Strategies to use to motivate these kind of patients, including the 5 R's, will be discussed shortly.
Doctor, I have very poor appetite. My taste for food is not there. Many days I feel very tired. Sometimes I have burning sensation in my chest. And I feel my stomach is full all the time. Maybe gas.
Let me examine you. This is a very common problem that I see. It could be due to the diet you eat, the start of an ulcer, irregularities in the time when you consume food, smoking, etc. Smoking can cause all these problems. Do you smoke?
I do, but I don't think that's the problem. I've been smoking for almost 5 years. I never had this problem. This just started few months ago.
Okay, smoking can have a cumulative effect on the body. You have been smoking for 5 years, right? From my experience with patients, I can tell you for sure that such symptoms are very common in patients who smoke. Okay. Smoking interferes with digestion, it affects your taste, and it can cause the weakness that you have been feeling. Okay. Quitting smoking will definitely help you, and I can help you with that, but that is a decision that you have to make.
Doctor, can you give me some medicine for these problems? I don't think I can quit smoking. I haven't thought about that.
Okay, I can do some tests and give you some medicines. This is for your gas and acidity. But remember, the nicotine in tobacco will increase the acid secretion and affect your taste. These medicines are just for symptomatic relief and not a cure. For the time being, can I make you a request? Can you stop smoking within the household? So at least stop smoking within the household to protect your family members.
Yes, doctor, I can do that.
Good. Here are some leaflets about the harmful effects of tobacco on your illness. You can read that. When we meet again after 2 weeks, I will have your test results ready, and if you are ready to quit at that time, I can help you then.
Here too, the doctor has to give information to the patient about the need for quitting. The doctor does not confront or challenge the patients, but provides the necessary information. Here, the doctor is planting the seed so that the patient starts thinking about quitting. Now let's look at the second stage of readiness to quit. When a patient is thinking about quitting, it is important that a doctor explores with them when he is willing to do so or what is holding him from doing it now. This interaction with the patient takes longer than the previous one. Contemplation, thinking about quitting. This patient has just begun to think about quitting. Here the role of the doctor is to gently encourage the patient towards quitting and explain to him the relationship between his illness and the smoking. At this stage, the patient realizes some reasons for quitting, but he does not have the commitment yet to act for quitting. The goal with this patient is to establish the relevance of the quit, the need to quit because of their health condition, and also to identify and support the motivators which would lead to the quitting. Strategies include offering information about the dangers of tobacco use that the patient can imagine and the benefits they would get if they quit. Ask the patient if he is willing to consider your advice and would be able to go for a follow-up discussion the next time they see you. Or if available, you can refer them to a cessation clinic also. Discussing about the patient's motivators and barriers using the 5 R's, which we will be discussing shortly, will be very important at this stage.
Now you are on medicines for your chest pain. What would really help you improve would be quitting your smoking habit too. What do you think?
Yes, doctor. I have been thinking about it since my illness. But I need my first toilet cigarette in the morning, and smoking helps me with my stressful job. So I don't think I can quit smoking.
It is good that you are thinking of quitting. Smoking increases the risk of heart disease as well as the chest problem that you are having. When you quit, you will feel the benefits in weeks or months. You will be more active and you will breathe better. Are you willing to try to quit?
I will think about it, doctor. But I am afraid I will have constipation if I don't have my first cigarette in the morning. It has happened before.
It is good that you are thinking of quitting. When you are ready, I will prescribe you some medicines for your constipation. Here is a booklet that is a guideline on quitting smoking. You can take it home and read it to understand the processes of quitting smoking. When you are ready, I am here to help you.
This patient could be assisted further by using the 5 R's, which identify motivators and barriers to quitting. Preparing, getting ready to quit. At this stage, the patient is ready to quit. and the role of the doctor is to help the patient to prepare and come up with a concrete plan to quit.
Doctor, I have realized that smoking has been one of the reasons for my asthmatic attack. I would like to stop this habit as soon as possible. I have already reduced the number that I smoke.
That's a very good decision. You've taken the first step towards quitting. When do you think you could completely stop?
Maybe in a month's time, I'll quit completely.
What's preventing you from stopping now?
Doctor, I have been smoking since 20 years. How can I stop in a day? I used to smoke after my meals. When we friends gather together, we smoke. But I'll try slowly to reduce and then break this habit.
That's good. That's good. But let's discuss what we can do to help you during the times that you want to smoke most. Perhaps after your meals, you can try and divert your attention by chewing some gum, cardamom or cloves, and maybe you can distract yourself by watching some TV or telephone a friend. This can help you through those moments. What do you think?
Doctor, if I didn't smoke after my meals, I'll have a bad taste in my mouth. I'll try cardamom chewing.
Yes, that will certainly help. I'll also advise you to avoid your friends who smoke during the next few weeks. Perhaps you can meet them before or even after their smoking session and tell them that how the doctor has advised you against smoking because it is worsening your asthmatic condition.
Okay, doctor, I can do that for a few weeks.
Taking action to quit. The patient in this case has already taken action to quit. The doctor reinforces the patient by reminding them of their success and also the strategies that they have personally developed to avoid craving.
How long have you been successful in quitting smoking?
2 months.
And how are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel better, doctor. I can breathe easier now. My cough is less. But sometimes I have this cravings for smoke. Will this go away?
It will reduce over time. For many people, these cravings come and go for a while. You have already had success in not smoking for 2 months. What did you do when you had these cravings?
I tried to keep myself busy by doing different activities. I read books, did some work around the house, called my friends, played with my children. I tried to do whatever possible to distract myself.
So, by diverting attention to other activities, you can restrain yourself from smoking.
Yes, I stopped smoking till now and I do feel healthier. My family is very happy that they don't have to be exposed to the smoke, and they tell me this every time.
Quitting smoking for 2 months is not a very easy thing. Congratulations. You can be a role model for other smokers who want to quit. Your family should be very proud of you.
Recovery from relapse and a past quit experience. The next case is that of a patient who has relapsed to smoking after quitting for a few months. Here, the role of the doctor is to remind him of the need for quitting, to reflect with the patient on the lessons which led to the relapse, and to encourage the patient to quit once more. Reframing is a communication technique which changes failure to partial success. Quitting for many is a process which involves several quit attempts followed by relapse. Many successful quitters have quit several times and they had multiple relapses before they went on to long-term success. Therefore, when a doctor is assisting a patient who has relapsed, they should reframe their experience as partial success and a learning experience. Congratulate the patients for being quit for whatever period they were tobacco free, and also on the strategies that they had used successfully to avoid using tobacco. Next, encourage them to identify the physical, psychological, and social reasons for them to start smoking again. Discuss about the strategies which can be used to overcome these challenges, and also encourage them to try and quit again.
Take these tablets 3 times after food. It will give you relief for your gastritis. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, doctor. I have started smoking again. I quit completely for over 6 months. It's this trip I took with my friends that led my smoking again. It was a hill station and cold. And when friends offered a cigarette, I took just one for warmth and company. But then, when they offered again, I could not refuse. And after days, I was smoking 4-5 cigarettes and slipping back to my old habit of smoking.
This often happens to many people who are trying to quit smoking. But what is commendable is that you were able to quit for almost 6 months. Now, it showed the first few days of quitting, the first few weeks of quitting is always the most difficult. But you have gone well beyond that. So it shows that it is possible for you to quit. What are the strategies that you used before to quit smoking?
At first, I had shifted from smoking to chewing tobacco, thinking that it is less harmful. But after you informed me that it is bad for my health and for my gastritis, I left it. I drank water or chewed cloves whenever I felt smoke.
I'm glad you took my advice. Shifting from smoking to chewing tobacco is not a good strategy at all. It will badly affect your health, especially your digestion. Your other strategies seem to have helped. Why don't you try them again?
Yes, doctor, I can try.
What was the real reason for your relapse?
Smoking with friends. But I thought just one cigarette. But it would be okay.
And what did you learn?
Smoke even one cigarette, the craving returns.
Even a single puff can trigger a relapse, especially when you're trying to quit the habit. Under no circumstances should you even take a single puff.
Yes, doctor. This time I will try sincerely.
If you can quit for 6 months, you can surely quit for good. Remember, it is best to avoid your friends who smoke, especially during the first few weeks when you're trying to quit. Good friends will always respect your decision and try and support you through that. But those who don't are definitely not your true friends. When they offer, let them know your reasons to quit and say a firm no.
The doctor is encouraging to the patient, reminding him of how he quit smoking previously for months. His failure is reframed by the doctor as partial success and a learning lesson so that he knows what not to do the next time he tries to quit.